When most people think of ancient Rome, they picture gladiators, emperors, or maybe even togas. But what if I told you that one of the most important things that Romans left behind wasn't their military or even their politics? It was concrete. That's right. Today I'm making a case for the Roman architectural revolution, a movement that didn't just change the ways buildings were made, it changed the way civilizations were built too. For now, let's go back in time. Before Rome, the Greeks were the big name in architecture. They gave us marble temples, tall columns, and open-air theaters. Their buildings were beautiful and made to honor the gods. But Rome had a different idea. They wanted to build not just for the gods, but for millions of people. And they had the tools to do it. Concrete, arches, vaults, and domes. These weren't just materials and shape, they were game changers. Now let's start with the arc. The Romans didn't invent it, but they turned it into a superpower. Unlike Greek buildings, which used horizontal beams that could crack under too much weight, Roman arcs spread the weight outwards, making it possible to build taller, wider, and much stronger structures. Once they had the arc, they could create new shapes, barrel bolts, and growing bolts. And of course, the dome, one of the most amazing inventions in architecture. Now, the Pantheon. Built around the year 126 CE, it still holds the world record for the largest unreinforced concrete dome. That means no steel, no extra support, just Roman engineering. 2,000 years later, it's still landing. It survived 8 earthquakes, fires, wars, and even the fall of the Roman Empire. But the Pantheon is more than just impressive. It's meaningful. It was built as a temple for all gods, then later turned into a Christian church, and even a tomb for famous Italians. It combines religion, mathematics, and power, all in one structure. That's why Roman architecture did. It made buildings that were both useful and symbolic. And Roman innovations wasn't just for temples. They used architecture to shape public life. Take bathhouses. These weren't just for getting clean. They were giant social centers, kind of like today's gyms, libraries, or community centers, all rolled into one. Basilicas were used for law and politics, and later became the blueprint for Christian churches. Next up is the Colosseum. It could seat over 50,000 people. That's like a modern sports stadium. It used concrete arches and smart layouts to let people enter, exit, and find their seats quickly. It even had elevators and trapdoors under the arena floor. This wasn't just a building, it was a symbol of power, organization, and entertainment. It brought people together. But the Roman architecture wasn't just for show, it was practical. The Romans built over 250,000 miles of roads, bridges, and aqueducts that carried water to cities across the empire. Thanks to arches and concrete, they could build structure that lasts centuries. And most of the aqueducts and roads are still in use today. Their whole mindset was build it to last, and they did. You might think all of this ended when Rome fell, but take a look around. The U.S. Capitol, the Supreme Court, major museums, cathedrals, and train stations, they all borrow ideas from Rome architecture. Even huge sports arenas and stadiums follow the Roman model of arches, levels, and crowd flow. And in modern architecture, you will even see the Roman influence in brutalism and minimalist concrete buildings. Simple, strong, and powerful. So why does this matter? Because the Roman architectural revolution wasn't just about building pretty things. It was about using engineering, art, and public space to bring people together to create cities, communities, and empires. It taught the world how to build smarter, how to use space to inspire people, and how to create something that could stand the test of time.